Come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. I'm actually stuck in the car right now. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to hear me, but we're going to go ahead and try this. Because like I said, I'm stuck in the car because it's raining so hard that I refuse to step out and that shit, trying to get in the house. So I'm literally stuck in my driveway in the car in the rain. So next time I guess I'll have to get a garage, huh? Anyway, but while I'm out here, I might as well talk about Iyanla Van Zant. Now, Iyanla, this last weekend, actually, she sat and she spoke with TARYLL Jackson and his mate. She's not his wife. They have 2 children, but they are not married. And they're having all these problems. They definitely don't need to get married. You know, they just don't have anything on cue. It's, you know, their house is mine, and this, that, thing, and the other, and then she has an attitude about whether or not she should pay bills and that kind of thing. And you know, she wants the life of a married woman, but at the same time, she's not a married woman. So it's a very interesting dynamic that Iyanla walked into. But the one thing is, she basically talks to him like shit. She, like he said, she tells him that he ain't shit, that he's not a man, and all of these other little things, and her attitude is very much that way. They actually talked about the fact that when they first started up, that it was agreed that they were going to, she would pay this part of the bills, he would pay that part of the bills. Well, she never even conformed to it. She just wasn't fucking paying. She just rolling, you know? And then he's not assertive. He's not. He's very like the Jacksons. He's very laid back, very passive aggressive. That whole thing. So it was really interesting. And then what I saw again, it looked like this time the healing was more so for the man than it was for the woman. I think TARYLL got the most benefit out of Iyanla's visit. I don't think BREANNA actually got as much of a benefit out of it. I think she learned some things from Iyanla about being a woman, and being strong doesn't mean that you don't have to pull back when it comes to the man that you're dealing with. It's cool to be strong, but it's not really cool to overpower him. So I think she got some, you know, some valuable lessons with that. Boy, it's really raining. So that was really interesting. Then we actually dove into some background stuff. We found out that Michael Jackson was more like a father figure to TARYLL than an uncle. So that led me to questions of, well, what's up with him and the relationship with his dad, which is Tito. But he didn't, you know, he's a Jackson, you know, he didn't go all into that baby. But that led me to have questions about that. But okay, so Michael and, you know, and they both said it. BREANNA said it when they were separate, and so did TARYLL. And BREANNA said, she told Iyanla, which was so sad, that she actually felt as though the day that Michael died, a piece of TARYLL died. So he was really, really close to Michael. And I just looked at this kid and I'm like, he really does have some issues. And it's a shame to actually be an adult and have these unresolved issues. And now you have 2 children of your own. And what that leaves you in such a bad place, you know what I mean? Because you don't have really time to be flirting around and screwing around with what you got going on. When you have 2 children, you need to be making sure that you're not passing garbage onto these children. That's more important, you know, for me. I've already been here. You know, I've lived a good portion of my life. Hell, I'm damn near 50 years old. You know what I mean? At some point, you know, in a few years, I'll be 50. You more than halfway through the race in most situations. My thing at this point is not to spread garbage onto my children. I'll try to straighten me out, but it's more important to keep them on a straight and narrow and try to teach them to be better. So I was seeing that, and I thought that was really sad. But I from the beginning, I just didn't think those two. I was like, I don't know about fixing this and all of that. I just don't see them even being together. I don't see it as being a good thing or anything. They are just not good for one another. The fact that you've been together all this time and got these kids and y'all living and y'all ain't never got married. Why? What was the holdup? And if there was a holdup about that, what the hell y'all had these kids for? I don't know, but there was a lot of that. We also found that TARYLL had actually been molested. That was another bad thing. He was molested by a male family member, not on the Jackson side, on his mother's side. So, again, here I go with my questions, because then I had questions, which I had in the beginning about this too, which I usually don't throw that out like that. I don't usually attack people with it, but I was wondering, were there some sexuality questions? Is that some of what some of their problem is? Are there sexuality questions, but they never approached it, they never led you to believe it or anything? That was just my own observation and my own questions that I had. Very sad though, because he's never dealt with that. Then there was another big one. Well, you know, the T3 or 3T, it was 3T was the name of the group. That's Tito's three sons. Their mother was actually murdered. She's murdered by her boyfriend. And TARYLL had been dealing with the fact that he said he's a person who generally speaks up about things when he have, you know, feelings about people and don't think that they're good people or that they're a good fit, that he generally is a person that speaks up. And this one time, he did not speak up. And that guy actually ended up being the one who murdered their mother. So he has never even moved forward from that. So he even has that on his plate as well. And he's dealing with that. So this kid had a lot going on. And like I said, he needed Iyanla more than BREANNA. BREANNA just needed to get through the fact that she wants to be a pampered princess. And she has issues about not wanting to be exactly like her mother. Like, she looks down upon her mother. Her mother was just a regular schmegular girl, you know what I mean? She worked, you know, that's all I could gather, is that her mother was a working girl and she was just doing what she needed to do. She's not glitzy, she's not glamorous. She was just who she was. She's trying to make it. And she didn't want to be her. She didn't want to be her. She wanted the glitz, glamour, and all that, and the easy life. Again, it did make her very likable. You know what I mean? For me, I was like, I don't know about you. You giving me, you know, come up tease. You know what I mean? Gold digger tease. So that was really, really interesting. But all in all, Iyanla had them do an exercise and basically say what you actually see on the outside. What does your mate present to the world? Right away, TARYLL actually put out there that she's a bitch. He doesn't feel that way, but that's what he feels like she portrays to the outside world. And she basically said he was weak. It said a lot. I said, wow. And see, my mom used to watch them. I'm trying to think if it was a Marriage Boot Camp, one of those little shows that they were on before, and my mom used to watch them, and I saw them, and they were much better on this than they were on there. There was like no hope for them on that show. It was just a goddamn train wreck, and you couldn't even turn away. You know, on this one, I think Iyanla did get some resolution. She did get them to stop fighting and listen. She got through to BREANNA, because I don't think BREANNA is a lot of the problem, because she is so assertive and she is so strong-willed as opposed to his passive aggressive behavior. But I think Iyanla got some good leeway going with them. She gave them both counselors that they're going to be checking in with and dealing with, and she's going to check back with them. So they are planning to try to salvage what they have. I just don't know if I am in agreement with it. I don't know that the two of them are actually meant to be together. But I guess the more we watch, I guess we'll see. So that was it. That's all I had to say for that episode. I don't think I forgot anything. I hope I didn't forget anything. If so, leave it in the comments, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.